Hello everyone, welcome back to Sports Gear. On this video, I am going to predict the top 10 NFL free agents and where could they sign in 2020. So let's get this video started. Please don't forget to subscribe. Number 10, Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry led the NFL in rushing last season and could be set for a record-breaking running back contract this offseason. Henry is still a great fit in Tennessee. Derrick Henry has shown he can flourish in the Tennessee Titans offense and can maintain the lead running back role with the team that drafted him from the beginning. He was finally able to reach his stride with a competent quarterback under center. Before Ryan took over the starting quarterback job for the Tennessee Titans in Week 7 of 2019, Derrick couldn't do that much. He had only one game with 100 or more rushing yards and averaged less than 4 yards per carry in 4 of the 6 starts by Marcus. Since Ryan took over the keys, Derrick rushed for over 100 yards in 5 regular season games, and including 2 playoff games. In the regular season, he had a 159-yard game against the Jacksonville Jaguars, a 188-yard game versus the Kansas City Chiefs, and a 211-yard regular season capper versus the Houston Texans. Derrick Henry flourished with running at the quarterback position was vital to the Titans' game plan. So my prediction is that Derrick Henry will re-sign with the Tennessee Titans this offseason, and the contract will be a 4-year deal worth $55.3 million. Number 9. Philip Rivers. Philip Rivers will enter free agency this offseason, officially ending his 16-year run with the Los Angeles Chargers. Rivers is the most outstanding passer in Chargers history, but he said last month that his time with the franchise is likely over when he moved his family from San Diego to Florida. The 8-time Pro Bowler passed for 4,615 yards and 23 touchdowns. That's the fewest since 2007, with 20 interceptions this past season. The Los Angeles Chargers struggled to a disappointing 5-11 record and a last place finish in the AFC West. With the Rivers family moving to Florida this offseason, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers could be set to move on from Jameis Winston, who had 30 interceptions in the 2019 season. Rivers hasn't been brilliant in that department either, throwing 20 interceptions last year, but Bruce Arians has always been willing to trust veteran quarterbacks, as he did with Carson Palmer in Arizona. Though the 38-year-old Philip Rivers is no longer top-tier signal caller, but he isn't as unpredictable as Winston. So the Tampa Bay Buccaneers will have to decide to either give Jameis Winston, who is 26 years old, another chance, or let him go and sign Philip Rivers instead, who is 38 years old. I suspect the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to pull the trigger and sign Philip Rivers to a 2-year deal worth $49 million. Number 8. Byron Jones. It's becoming more likely that the Dallas Cowboys are going to let Byron Jones walk. If that is the case, Jones could become the highest paid cornerback in the league and will be highly sought after in free agency. Jones is 27 years old and he is one of the top cornerbacks available. He has just missed one game during his 5-year career in Dallas. Jones is a shutdown corner that has the ability to play all over the field, which helped him rack up an incredible 43 passes defended since 2015. If he does leave Dallas, he could land with a division rival. The Philadelphia Eagles have a major need at corner and are about $43.7 million in free space. The Eagles were ranked 14th most in 2019 against the pass on defense, so my prediction is that he will sign with the Philadelphia Eagles this offseason. Number 7. Justin Simmons. Justin Simmons, who is 26 years old, has blossomed into one of the best safeties in the NFL, and won't even turn 27 until this upcoming November. Last season for the struggling Broncos, Simmons racked up 93 tackles, 4 interceptions, and 15 passes defended. Broncos head coach believes that Justin Simmons could even show more improvement in 2020 if he stays in Denver. He's still at the stage of his career where he can still improve more and get better each week of the season. I predict that Justin Simmons will re-sign with the Denver Broncos this offseason. Number 6. Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott is very unlikely to leave Dallas. They represent the best fit for his talent anyway. He had the best year of his career last season, throwing for 4,902 yards and 30 touchdowns under offensive coordinator Kellen Moore, who will be returning under new head coach Mike McCarthy. He's extremely effective out of play action, and Dallas owns one of the most dangerous run games in the league. The Dallas Cowboys are heavily invested in the weapons around him, so they don't have a backup plan if he does sign somewhere else. In Dak Prescott's career as a starting quarterback during the regular season, his record is 40-24. So my prediction is that Dak Prescott will get franchise tagged by the Dallas Cowboys in the offseason. Number 5, Amari Cooper. Amari Cooper had a career season last year with 1,189 receiving yards and 8 touchdowns in his first full season with the Dallas Cowboys, and his 4th Pro Bowl appearance last season. There's no reason to believe that the Cowboys wouldn't bring back their number 1 receiver for next season. He has established himself as one of the best receivers in football in a huge market. So the Dallas Cowboys do have the cap space to make something work out. So my prediction is he will re-sign with the Dallas Cowboys this offseason. Number 4, Jadeveon Clowney. The Seattle Seahawks gave up a 3rd round pick to get Clowney. It would make a lot of sense for them to bring him back. Even fighting through injuries, he still finished with 3 sacks, 13 quarterback hits, and 4 forced fumbles. That was the lowest mark of stats since his 4-game rookie season. He also forced a career-high 4 fumbles and remains one of the most physical, imposing run defenders at his position. He's only 27 years old and he has plenty of fuel left in the tank. So there could be many teams interested in signing him this offseason. However, Clowney's top priority in free agency will be to land with a title contender team in the offseason. He's the type of athlete who can instantly give a D-line some juice. If Clowney does not sign with the Seattle Seahawks this offseason, the Seahawks pass rush looks pretty thin without him. Unless there is another pass rusher that the Seahawks can require, they may have no choice but to make an aggressive play to keep Clowney on their team. So my prediction is that Jadeveon Clowney will sign with the Seattle Seahawks this offseason. Number 3, Chris Jones. Chris Jones emerged as one of the best defensive linemen in the game. He played 13 games for the Kansas City Chiefs and recorded 9 sacks in his 2019 campaign. The Kansas City Chiefs will have the option to franchise tag Chris Jones for the 2020 season, but it is becoming unlikely that they would extend him. The Chiefs are paying players like Frank Clark and Tyrann Mathieu top money at their positions. Chris Jones would love to return to the Super Bowl champions Kansas City Chiefs. So if he does indeed hit the market, there will be many teams lining up to sign him this offseason. He is probably one of the top interior pass rushers in the game, not named Aaron Donald. Jones has 24.5 stats over the last 2 seasons. So my prediction is that Chris Jones will sign with the Indianapolis Colts and is well known to the Colts general manager, who is a former member of the Kansas City Chiefs front office. Number 2, Drew Brees. The New Orleans Saints quarterback Drew Brees is a first ballot Hall of Famer. He brought a championship to New Orleans. He owns a record for most career passing yards and passing touchdowns, and he remains an elite starter. Brees, who passed for 2,979 yards and 27 touchdowns in 11 games of 2019. He was also named to his 13th Pro Bowl. The big question is whether Drew Brees will return for one more season with the Saints or retire. The chances of him playing for another franchise are pretty much non-existent, but the 41-year-old quarterback may not want to come back for a transition year. So that means the Saints want Drew Brees back for what would essentially become a transition year, from Brees to Hill, with Hill becoming the star in the 2021 season. New Orleans is set up to eat a cap hit of $21.3 million if Brees doesn't return. So I suspect that the Saints are likely to do anything in their power to convince Drew Brees to make one last run. So my prediction is that Drew Brees will re-sign with the New Orleans Saints for one more year, who has unfinished business in the playoffs. Number 1, Tom Brady. The unthinkable could happen in 2020. Tom Brady could suit up for a team that isn't the New England Patriots. At the very least, he is likely to weigh his options. Brady has played his entire career with the Patriots, and just for that reason alone, it would make sense to stay. After the Patriots lost in the wildcard round, Tom Brady said it's unlikely that he will retire. There are plenty of teams that are close to making a run and will likely pursue him. Although, there aren't many playoff caliber teams lacking a quarterback. The Los Angeles Chargers and the Tennessee Titans are 2 teams that stand out, but they aren't markedly stronger teams than the New England Patriots. So I predict that Tom Brady will re-sign with the New England Patriots for a 2-year deal, and I suspect they will show Brady some appreciation for being loyal to the Patriots for his whole career. What are your guys' predictions for the top 10 NFL free agents and where could they sign in 2020? Join me in the comment section below and tell me what you guys think, and please don't forget to subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Nathan. Don't forget to just keep loving sports, and I'll see you next time.